Have you ever been told not to sweep the floor after dark because it might drive away your wealth and prosperity? My grandmother used to say this all the time. Whenever I picked up a broom in the evening, she'd rush over and stop me, her face pale with fear. As a kid, I never understood why, but one strange night changed everything for me. This happened when I was about 15 years old. It was a chilly winter evening. The power had gone out, and the whole house was dimly lit with just a few candles flickering on the dining table. My parents had gone to visit a relative, so it was just me and my grandmother at home. I had just finished dinner when I noticed some crumbs on the floor near the kitchen. Without thinking much, I grabbed the broom and started sweeping. My grandmother's voice echoed from the other room. I rolled my eyes and said, "Grandma, it's just some crumbs. What's the big deal?" But her reaction startled me. She hurried into the room, her eyes wide with fear. "Do you know what happens when you sweep after dark?" I shook my head. "You might sweep away Lakshmi and invite bad luck instead." I laughed. "Come on, Grandma, that's just a superstition." But she didn't smile. Instead, she took the broom from my hands and set it aside. Later that night, strange things started happening. It was around midnight when I heard a sound, a soft swish, swish, like someone was sweeping the floor. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding. "Dottie?" I called out, but there was no answer. I slowly got out of bed and walked toward the sound. It was coming from the hallway. As I turned the corner, I froze. There, in the dim candlelight, I saw a shadowy figure, a woman in a white saree standing barefoot holding a broom. Her face was hidden beneath long, dark hair. She was sweeping the floor, but the broom wasn't touching the ground. My breath hitched. "Who is there?" I whispered. The figure stopped. Slowly she lifted her head. I saw her face. Pale, hollow eyes. A sinister smile stretched across her face. Suddenly the broom fell to the floor with a loud thud. I screamed and stumbled back. "Beta." My grandmother's voice jolted me awake. She was standing in the hallway with a lantern. "What happened?" she asked. I pointed toward the spot where the woman had stood, but there was nothing there, just the broom lying on the floor. The next morning I told my grandmother everything. She sat down, holding my hand. "That's why we don't sweep after dark. It's not just about wealth. Nighttime is when the energy in the house settles. Sweeping at night disturbs that balance, and sometimes it can attract unwanted spirits." That day, I didn't laugh at her beliefs, because even now, on quiet nights when the wind howls and the house creaks, I sometimes hear that faint swish, swish, and I'll never dare to sweep after dark again. Many elders say that sweeping after dark drives away wealth and prosperity, but practically, it's believed that this saying emerged because, in dim lighting, you could accidentally sweep away something valuable, like a ring, a coin, or a small item. Back in the day, homes were lit by oil lamps or candles, so it was easy to lose something important while sweeping at night. But maybe, just maybe, it's not only about losing wealth. Perhaps it's about disturbing the unseen. So the next time you think about picking up a broom after dark, maybe you should think twice. If you found this story chilling and intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Forgotten Beliefs for more mysterious stories rooted in ancient traditions and superstitions.